we are doing the chapter Some Basic Geometric Ideas, and in the last class we saw what are line segments, rays and point. Now let us continue with the next subtopic, which is curves. Now look at all these figures here. If you look at the figure, I can draw each of these figures without lifting my pencil or pen, right? So continuously I can draw without taking a break anywhere. Similarly, I can just doodle, what you call nowadays. You can draw these figures without taking your pen from the paper. So such figures, okay, which you can draw without lifting the pencil from the paper, they are called curves. Okay, these figures, they are called curves. Now there are different types of curves. Okay, the first type is simple curves. Now what are simple curves? Now if a curve doesn't cross itself, then it is called a simple curve. Now if you look at these examples here, they don't cross anywhere here, so this is a simple curve. This is also a simple curve. But if you see here, it crosses here, right? So this is not a simple curve. This is also a simple curve. This, it is crossing at 3 places. So this is not a simple curve. This is a simple curve. Okay, so all these are simple curves because they don't cross each other at any point, and all these are not simple curves because you can see they are crossing at different points. Okay, so these are simple curves. Then you have next, which are open curves and closed curves. As the name suggests, open curves are curves which do not, the starting point and end points don't meet, so it is open at this point. Here also you can see this is an open curve. But if you look at this, this is closed, right? These are all closed. The starting and the end points of the curve, they meet. So these are all closed curves. So you have seen what are curves, simple curves, open curves and closed curves. Now when you consider closed curve, there are 3 sections or 3 regions involving a closed curve. For example, the portion inside the curve is called interior, and this curve itself is called the boundary. This curve or this thing that you can see, this is called the boundary, and whatever is there outside, it's the curve, it's called exterior of the curve. So these are the 3 regions. Now if you look at the figure here, the point P which is there, it lies inside the curve, right? So it is in the interior of the curve. What about point B? Point B lies on the boundary. So it lies on the curve, correct? So it is on the curve. And which is the point which is on the exterior or outside the curve? Point C is on the exterior of the curve. So these are the different regions of the curve. Now based on the curves, what we get next is the polygons. Polygon is a simple closed curve made up of entirely of line segments. What is a simple curve? Curve which does not cross. Closed, you know what are closed, right? So a polygon is a simple closed curve which is made up of entirely of line segments. So if you see here, is this a polygon? Yes, it is closed. It doesn't cross anywhere, so simple. And all the sides of this are line segments. Similarly, this is also simple closed curve. This is also simple closed curve made up of line segment, and this is also simple closed curve made up of line segment. This is simple because if this line you had to join here, it would cross. It is not crossing anywhere, so this is also simple closed curve, all made up of line segments. So these are polygons. Now if you look at this figure here, 3 sides are line segments, but this portion is not a line segment, so this is not a polygon. Similarly, this is not a polygon, same reason. Why this is not a polygon? Because this is not closed. Why this is not a polygon? Because this is also not entirely made up of line segments. Why this is not closed? Because it is crossing. This is not polygon because it is crossing somewhere, so not simple. So the condition for a curve to be polygon is it should be simple, closed and entirely made up of line segment. Now there are different parts of a polygon. Okay, which are the different parts? Sides, vertices, and diagonals of a polygon. Now you consider this figure here. The line segments forming a polygon are called as sides. So you see now here A, B, okay, this is a polygon, and the line segments which are formed these polygons are called sides. So AB is a side, BC is a side, CD is a side, AD is a side, EAE is a side. So all these are sides of a polygon. Then the points where these two sides they meet. Okay, now AE and BA meet. At which point? At point A. Okay, this point where two sides meet, it is called a vertex. So how many vertex does this polygon have? It has this point, these two line segments meet, these two sides meet here, these two sides meet here, and these two sides meet here, these two sides meet here. So how many vertices does this polygon have? A, B, C, D, E. So it has, these are the vertices. Now one point or one meeting point is called a vertex. If there are more than two, then it is more than one, then it is called vertices. So plural of vertex is vertices. Now what is adjacent sides? Any two sides with a common endpoint are called adjacent sides. So this side and this side, which is a common point here, A. So these are adjacent sides. Are sides A, B and ED adjacent? See, they don't have any common point. AB is here, ED is here. Since they don't have any common point, these are not adjacent sides. What about BC and CD? They have C as a common point. So BC and CD are adjacent sides. So in this figure, which are the adjacent sides? AB, okay, AE and AB are adjacent. Then BC and CD are adjacent. Common point is C. Then AE and ED are adjacent, and the common point is E. And CD and DE are adjacent, where the common point is D. Okay, so these are all the adjacent sides. Then next we will see what are adjacent vertices. Where the adjacent sides meet the common point, where they meet, they are called adjacent vertices. So these vertices will be adjacent, right? Which are they? A and B are adjacent. Okay, they are on the same line segment. B, C are adjacent to each other. C, D are adjacent to each other. All these are adjacent vertices. Now vertex E and B are not adjacent because they don't meet they are not part of the same line segment. So these A, E are adjacent, B, C, D are adjacent, but B and E are not adjacent. So these are about adjacent vertices. Then next we come to what are diagonals. Now diagonals are line segments which join two vertices which are not adjacent. Now you can see A and B are adjacent, A, E are adjacent, so I can't join them. Now I can join A and C because they are not adjacent, right? Which other vertex I can join? A and D because they are also not adjacent. So A, C and AD are adjacent or this diagonals because they join non-adjacent vertices. If you take B, then it is BE and BD. Then if you take C, CA and CE. D, then DA and DB. So these are all the diagonals of this polygon. After we see diagonals, let's come to the next geometrical concept, which is angles. An angle is made up of two rays starting from a common initial point. So you know ray has one end point, right? And the other side it extends indefinitely. So one ray here is OP and other ray is OA. So these two rays meet at the common initial point called O. Okay, so this figure that you get when two rays meet at a common point O is called an angle. So the ray here is OB and OQ, and these rays in the angle, they are called arms or the sides of the angle. These rays are called arms or sides of the angle. And the common point where the rays meet is called the vertex of the angle. Okay, common point where they meet is called the vertex of the angle. And here the vertex is O. An angle is denoted by a small curve at the vertex. So if you want to show the angle, you put a small curve here to show that this is the angle. And how is the angle named? Angle is named as angle POQ. So you name it as angle POQ. This is a symbol used for angle. So angle POQ. How do you read it? Angle POQ. Just like how you had interior and exterior of a curve, and for the angle also you can find interior, exterior and on the angle concepts. See, now look at this figure here. Now point C, where does it lie? It lies outside the angle, right? So it is in the exterior of the angle. What about point A? It lies within the angle. Which angle? It lies in the angle EOD, right? So point A is in the interior of the angle. What about point E? Point E lies on the angle. Which angle? It lies on the angle EOD. Or you can also say it lies on the angle FOE. What about point F? F lies on the angle FOE or FOD. Okay, anyone you can take. So similarly, you also for the angles you have interior, on and the exterior. After triangles, we come to the next concept, which is triangles. Okay, a triangle is a polygon with 3 sides. So you know polygons are simple closed curves made up of line segments, and if the polygon has 3 sides, then it is called angles. So triangle. So a triangle has 3 sides, and how many angles? You know it has 3 sides, and how many angles? 3 angles. Okay, which are the 3 sides? AB, BC and CA are the 3 sides of the triangle. And which are the 3 angles? Angle, this is a notation, angle ABC, angle BAC and angle ACB. These are the angles. So these are the sides and angles of a triangle. Now just for this also you have interior, exterior and on the triangle. So which are the points in the interior of the triangle? Point P lies in the interior of the triangle. Point R lies on the exterior of the triangle. And point Q lies on the triangle ABC. So this is about the triangles. After triangles, the next topic is quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is also a polygon, but it has 4 sides. Triangle is a polygon with 3 sides. Quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Okay, and how many angles it will have? It has 4 sides, so it has 4 angles. So in this, which are the sides? AB, BC, CD and DA are the sides. And which are the angles? Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D are the 4 angles. And how is a quadrilateral named? A quadrilateral named is in this form. This is read as quadrilateral ABCD. This is the notation. Now if you look at this quadrilateral, side AB and DC are opposite to each other, right? And side AD is opposite to side BC. So AB and DC are the opposite sides, and AD and BC are the other pair of opposite sides. Similarly, you have opposite angles. Angle A and angle C are opposite angles, and angle B and angle D are opposite angles, right? So here angle A and angle C is one pair of opposite angle, and angle B and angle D is another pair of opposite angle. Next you have adjacent sides and adjacent angles. Now AB and BC are adjacent sides, and AD and DC are adjacent sides. So these are the two pairs of adjacent sides. Then which are the adjacent angles? Adjacent angles will be this angle and this angle. So angle A and angle B are adjacent angles, and angle D and angle C are adjacent angles. So in a quadrilateral, you have opposite sides, two pairs of opposite sides, two pairs of opposite angles, then two pairs of adjacent sides, these are the ones, and two pairs of adjacent angles. The next geometric figure is circle. You come across many circles or objects with circular shape in your day-to-day life. So if you look at this, this is a circle. Now if I keep one point here and take some common distance and join or move it around like this, then what you get is a circle. So this point is called the center of the circle. This is a common point, and this distance or distance of every point here will be the same, because same distance I am taking and drawing the circle. So what is a circle? In a circle, you see every point is at equal distance from the common point called the center. Now there are different parts of a circle. So which are the different parts here? Here the center, this is called the center of the circle. So in this example, O is the center of the circle. Then this common distance, okay, that you take and you draw the circle is called the radius. So what is a radius? Radius is a line segment that connects the center to the points of the circle. So in a circle you will find different radii. Plural of radius is radii. So OR is also radius. So distance from the center to the circle is called the radius. So OR is a radius, OQ is a radius, OP is a radius, and OS is a radius. Is MN radius? No, because this point is not taken from the center. So MN is not radius. So these are all the radii of the circle. And if you see, is this a radius? Yes. Why is this a radius? No, this is not radius, but this is called diameter. If you see, this is radius and this is radius. So this will be 2 times the radius. So this is the longest line segment in the circle, and it is called the diameter of the circle. It is double the size of the radius. Then what is a chord? A chord connects 2 points on the circle. So a chord connects 2 points on the circle. So if you look at this, you take any 2 points on the circle and you connect with the line segment, then this is called the chord of the circle. Is this the chord of the circle? OR? This is not the chord. Why? One point is on the circle, but point O is not on the circle, inside the circle. So this is not a chord. What about OQ? OQ is also not a chord. What about SP? The 2 points S and P, they lie on the circle, right? So SP is a chord. And you know SP is the radius, right? So SP is the also a chord. Then next we come to arc of a circle. Arc of a circle is a portion of the circle between 2 points on the circle. So if I take 2 points here, then this portion of the circle which lies between the 2 points, this is called arc of the circle. So this is the arc of the circle. Here arc of the circle is LM. And how it is denoted by LM, and on top this is called arc of the circle. Then next, region between the radii, plural of radius is radii. Region between the radii and the arc is called the sector. So this region between the 2 radii, this is your arc, right? Because this portion lies between the 2 points. So region between the radii and the arc is called the sector. This is a sector. Then if you have a chord, then region between the chord and the arc is called the segment. So this is sector and this is segment. For a circle also you have 3 regions. If you take point R, it lies in the interior of the circle. Even point O is in the interior. What about point Q? Point Q lies in the exterior of the circle. And what about point P? It lies on the circle. Now these are the 3 points. Now this length of the circle that you can see, this entire length or distance, this ring that you see, it is called the circumference. This length of the circle is called circumference. Another important thing is a diameter of a circle divides it into 2 equal parts, and each part is called a semicircle. Now this diameter is through the center, so it will divide your circle into 2 parts which are equal. This is one semicircle, okay, only this boundary that you can see, and this is the other semicircle. So these are all the different parts of the circle. Now whatever concepts we had studied today in this video, let us solve some exercise based on that. Classify the following curves as open or closed. If you look at the first figure, what is it? This is open, right? This is closed curve, this is also closed, and this is open. So after the video, I will give you the exercise which you can solve based on the concept that we have studied.